The church for too long sat inside her building, sang her pretty songs, had her pretty choirs, gave her pretty sermons, and left the world alone. And so we are now reaping what we've sown. God demands justice from his people. I don't care if Jesus is coming tomorrow. We don't stop doing things for him because that's a possibility. I believe in working hard. That doesn't mean we don't help the poor. We form political alliances, but we left off justice and mercy. The very things that God is judging his people for in the Minor Prophets. What did Jesus tell the Pharisees? You're so picky on your tithing, but you've forsaken the weightier things. Justice and mercy and the love of God. You should have done these things and not left these things undone. So we don't take corruption seriously in our world today. Even among conservative Republicans, even among those who are evangelical and call themselves Christians, there's a failure to deal honestly and to do justice. The current Speaker of the House is a Republican, a conservative Republican, an evangelical conservative Republican, who, when a bill was in his home state to abolish abortion, he fought against it and defeated it. Because, and I'm quoting him, if we pass this, we won't win more elections. Corruption, we've got to wheel and deal. It's for the greater good. Can I tell you? We need to take justice more seriously. It's a great and grievous sin against God. Our government funds the murder of children. Our tax system is a system of theft. Special interests bribe our lawmakers. Big pharma poisons our people. And through government-approved loopholes, corporate fat cats live large while their workforce is treated as slaves with low wages and benefits. I remember one year I saw that Walmart made $15 billion. $15 billion. But 60% or something like that of their workforce was on welfare. That's despicable. That's theft. I get tired. Well, that's America. They have the right to do. We should cry out for justice. Against greed. Against kickbacks. Against bribes. All the while, government agencies and corporate media work together to lie to the people of our nation. You could say America today is like ancient Israel. When Isaiah wrote in Isaiah 59:14, and judgment is turned away backward, and justice standeth afar off. For truth is fallen in the streets, and equity cannot enter. Doesn't that describe our land today? God will judge those, even in our day, who take bribes, pervert justice, and fail to uphold their duties regarding the public good. I don't want to, as an evangelical Christian, I don't want to kill a bill to bring justice to the unborn and stand before God. Well, God, you have to understand, we're working for the long. No. You establish justice in the land when you have the chance to do it. We need to take these things more seriously too when choosing or supporting candidates and laws. In California, we have a system of establishing laws called the proposition system. It's not perfect, it's not even good, but it's here. This means that some laws are put to a vote of the people. If you vote in elections, take those votes very seriously. Because you are enacting laws that will either do justice or injustice. And trust me, God is watching us. The reference to the pair of shoes demonstrates how little they sold out the poor and needy for. It wasn't even a lot of gain. It's like watching people who turn from the faith because they love the world. For a little time of pleasure, for such a temporary amount of earthly pleasure, you drink in an eternity of judgment and damnation. That seems so meaningless. That seems so pointless. I read how Paul wrote that Demas has forsaken me, having loved the present world. Now, reading that, I don't know how old Demas was. Let's say he was 40. 20 or 30 good years left in that day and age. Maybe if he lived to be really old, maybe he had 50 years left. But for 2,000 years almost, the party for Demas has been over. Is that worth it? How little people sell out justice for. Remember Jesus sold for 30 pieces of silver? That was the price of an escaped slave or a runaway slave. That's what it was. How little people sell out Christ for. Oh, this is not an anti-Republican sermon, but if Mike Johnson had supported that bill, he wouldn't be Speaker of the House today. So for a very temporary amount of time in the public spotlight, you failed to establish justice for the unborn in your state. Seems pointless to me. Verse 7. That pant after the dust of the earth on the head of the poor, and turn aside the way of the meek, and a man and his father will go in unto the same maid to profane my holy name. These judges are not only taking bribes to pervert justice for the poor, but they're willing to crush the poor so low that the poor throw dust on their heads in despair. In other words, they're taking everything from them. We see in these words not just a taking advantage of the poor, but almost a crushing them to the point of death. They turn aside the meek. I believe this means that they turn them aside from the path they were on. The judges are not only corrupt, but they're trying to corrupt others as well. This is a great parallel to our modern deconstruction movement. We have these apostates going on their social media to talk about their apostasy. Well, they call it deconstruction. That's the culturally acceptable term. They all claim, if you want to be a Christian, that's fine. I'm just sharing my story. I'm not trying to convince you out of it. Yes, you are. That's why you're doing it. That's the whole reason you're doing it. I saw one the other day. It's a woman I've come across before on social media. She always claims, I don't care if you have faith. I left Christ because I just don't see enough evidence. You can feel free all you want to. It's just not for me. That's how she plays it. But in this particular video, she didn't talk. She just smiled and had words above her head. And the word says something to the effect of, a God who would keep knowledge from you is a weak God. Go ahead and eat the apple. What she's telling people? Turn aside from God. The God of the Bible is weak, and you should disobey him. In other words, she's attacking God. This is not just a matter of, I don't believe, but you can. Just like these judges in Israel, they're trying to turn others out of the way of righteousness. The fact that she takes so much time to argue against a God she claims she doesn't believe in tells me all that I know, all I need to know. I don't believe in the God of the Muslims. I don't spend a whole lot of time arguing about him either. I have better things to do with my life. I come from a line of even Baptists that I completely disagree with their theology. And I don't spend all my days making videos about how terrible. You know why? Because I've got things to do. Spend all your time. Man, God lives rent-free in their head, doesn't he? Just all the time, ranting and raving about God. Claiming you don't believe in him. You believe in him, trust me. That's why you hate him so much. It's irrational to hate something that doesn't exist. If I hated Santa Claus, I'd be irrational. If I hated the Easter Bunny, I would be irrational. If I made videos day after day after day talking about the purple people eater, you'd probably lock me in a loony bin, wouldn't you? The reason they give so much time to God is they know he's there and they hate him. And they want to turn others away because they hate him. That's the answer. We saw this in our Proverbs series, the adulterous woman lying in wait for prey to turn men from the path of righteousness. Now, that's not an accusation against women. It's in light of Solomon writing to his son. If Solomon were writing to his daughter, we would have a different, example given to us. But in Proverbs, what do we see? This adulterous woman constantly lying in wait for prey, seeking people to draw them into her path, to draw them off the path of wisdom and righteousness. The world doesn't they're not okay with you do your religion and I'll do my secular thing. They want to draw you to their path. Sin always does that. That's what's going on here in Israel. Not only are they unjust, not only are they in sin, but they want to draw others away who are doing right. It's like you get into this whole controversy over the LGBT movement. They just want acceptance. No, they want you to celebrate them. And if you're not going to celebrate them, they're going to punish you. Get ready for it. It's coming. We're in that month of the year. Where somehow, if you disagree with their lifestyle, you hate them. But when you ask them, so you agree that being a Christian is good? Oh, no. So you hate me? Oh, no, I don't hate you. So they disagree with us. They just disagree. We disagree with them. We hate. Don't buy into that garbage. Don't buy into that garbage. One application